Daniil Medvedev gives his thoughts on Alexander Zverev as a tennis player as he points out big change in the sport. Daniil Medvedev has obtained his first win of the 2025 Madrid Open after beating Juan Manuel Cerundolo. Medvedev received a walkover from his first scheduled match at the Madrid Open against Laszlo Djere, and has only had to win once to reach the last 16 in the Spanish capital. Clay has not been Medvedev's favorite surface over the years, but ironically his last ATP title came on the dirt in Rome in 2023. Medvedev first arrived on the ATP Tour in 2016, and has now explained what has changed in tennis over the past decade. Daniil Medvedev gives his thoughts on Alexander Zverev as a tennis player. Medvedev has endured mixed results so far in 2025, with the former US Open champion dropping down to world number 10 in the ATP rankings as a result. When asked about how tennis has changed over the years in his post-match press conference, Medvedev explained how every player can now defend better. He used the often outspoken Riley Opelka as an example, admitting that himself and other tall players like Alexander Zverev would probably have been serve and volley players 10 years ago. I think so for sure. What we see, why I don't know, physical practice, tennis rackets, balls, almost everyone can defend now, Medvedev said in his post-match press conference. Like you see Riley Opelka, you know, yes he runs a little bit worse than Carlos or maybe me, but he is still a good defender. You know he can run, he can rally and stuff like this, where maybe 10 years ago guys of my height and Zverev's height couldn't rally at all, they were like serve and volleyers. So, I think the game develops, we see it in football also. You watch football in 1980, a lot of beautiful goals, but in defense you are like wow the guys were not moving, they were literally like standing in one place. And now you watch the guys are running back and forth for 90 minutes, it's crazy intensity. It's the same in every sport, so a lot of people defend better and can attack from maybe different positions, and that is why the game is much more physical, and I would think that's why the game is much more close nowadays. Daniil Medvedev explains why Carlos Alcaraz is so good at drop shots. Natural surfaces like clay and grass often reward players who use more variety, with the drop shot particularly effective. This is something else that Medvedev was asked about, as he explained why they are so important. While he admitted that he could not drop shot like Carlos Alcaraz, Medvedev has been working on trying to implement it into his game more. I think drop shots are very important, said Medvedev. I do use them sometimes, I'm definitely not the best touch on tour, but I do use drop shots sometimes. And again for me it's just about the touch you have, are you born with it? Do you practice it from when you are young? I don't know. But, for example I played against Matteo Bellucci this year, I lost and I practiced against him yesterday, because he's a lefty, and Lorenzo Musetti is kind of the same, Alcaraz. They can drop shot from the balls that you are not supposed to drop shot, and that is when they are the most dangerous, because you are not expecting it and they still manage to make a good one. I kind of laugh at me or Karen Khachanov, when we drop shot we can make some good ones, but we won't be able to do it on the long ball with a lot of spin. Our drop shot will be lobbed for a smash to other guy. So, I remember this when Carlos did it, some guys were doing it, but you need to have a good hand, if you don't it's an easy winner. Drop shots are a good strategy, but it's kind of the same as a volley, you know. It's always good to hit a clean volley, but if it's not the best part of your game you try to manage and you don't go serve and volley every point. Medvedev may want to use more drop shots against his next opponent in Madrid, Brandon Nakashima, as he looks to match his best previous result at the Masters 1000 tournament.